Hey there, it's Shauna. I hope you're doing good. This video is all about the moon in the sign of Aries. So this is your natal moon in your birth chart in the sign of Aries. Not your sun sign, your moon sign. So you can watch my other video about what exactly it is that your moon means in your birth chart. In essence, your moon gives us insight into your internal nature, your instincts, your intuition, and at a deeper level, what it is that you need in order to feel really spiritually nourished and fed and fulfilled. And I'll have a link below if you're not sure what your moon sign is so that you can look it up. So moon in the sign of Aries. This is a very dynamic and assertive kind of energy. People with their moon in Aries, there's a need to assert your emotions. Maybe you don't even feel like you need to. Maybe it just happens and you can't control it. But Aries is all about moving things forward. So when the moon is in Aries, there is a need to express emotions, and emotions come up in a very quick manner. Things are processed very quickly. So there's an emotion, maybe anger or fear, and then it goes away, and then something else comes up, and then it goes away and something else comes up. So it's like this very quick kind of energy. And again, with Aries, there's a need to assert, like say, like this is how I feel, and this is what I want, and this is what I need. That's very, very important for Aries. Someone with a lot of Aries energy, they're here to embody that very strongly. So whether it's their sun or moon or rising in Aries, that person is here to assert their individual will, their individual ego, and they're in a certain respect building their ego during this lifetime. So when the moon is in Aries, this is necessary at an emotional level. So emotionally, to feel good, this person must assert themselves and their emotional needs. It's very necessary. So with your moon in Aries, if you have this placement, I would highly suggest that you have something in your life that challenges you. Something in your life where you feel like you're working towards something, or you're trying to overcome something, or there's something that is a challenge for you. Because it's Aries, something that's a challenge, but that you can get done fairly quickly. Not like a long-term kind of thing, because Aries is not long-term situation energy. So I say this because Aries is the archetype of the warrior. Aries needs to overcome something. Aries needs to battle something. And this doesn't mean necessarily a literal battle, but you need to feel like this vibe of like conquering something. So if you don't have that in your life and you have an Aries moon, you're going to pull in relationships or situations where this battling kind of happens. And sometimes it's not super healthy. Like maybe it's, a battling with your boss or your partner, etc. We don't want that. We want healthy relationships for you, and for you to feel like there's something that is beneficial in your life that you are conquering. So that's really healthy energy for you. Another note about Aries moon is if you know someone or have a friend with their moon in Aries, I want you to know that even though they have like this very brash kind of exterior, Aries moons typically seem very overly confident and like nothing can touch them. They're cool. They're like so freaking confident, right? But they're very sensitive, and I think of it as like Aries is also like the archetype of a little child that is learning how to walk. A kid that's learning how to walk, they're pretty fearless, They're like, all right, I got this. They're like gonna maybe, like almost walk into a table or walk off of a table or whatever. And then they're cool, but then when they fall and they hurt themselves, they cry instantaneously. And they're like, oh my God, and it's the end of the world for a second. But then like they're okay after, a minute or so, and then they go off and they're fearless again. So this is very much Aries kind of energy. So if you do something or say something that is directed towards who they are, or that bruises their ego, it's going to pierce them and it's going to hurt them very deeply, because they are sensitive in their ego. They're sensitive about who they are as a person. So it will bruise them. They'll get over it pretty quickly in typical Aries fashion, but it may never be the same, or they may just be like, I'm done, I don't want to be your friend anymore. So it depends, of course, on what else is going on in their chart. But I want you to know, be sensitive with your Aries friends, even though they're a little bit seem like they have it all together and they're super confident on the surface. They are very sensitive, and they are building up their ego. So we want to support that. We want to support them with that, and we can be playful with them without making a joke at their expense and that kind of thing. So another layer of this is to look at where your moon is, which house it's in your birth chart, and if there's any other planets that are connected with the moon, because that will give, so for example, if Aries moon is in the 12th house, it'll still have this Aries kind of flair to it, but it will simmer down the Aries energy, because 12th house is more quiet kind of energy. And then if there's any other planets that are interacting with it, it'll give it other layers as well. So if that sounds way too complicated, that's why I offer astrology readings. I offer little mini moon manifesting readings, so I'll have a link for that below. That is all about me working with you to understand your natal moon and your birth chart, and then also going through the moon cycles and how the moon cycles are influencing you right now with the new moons and the full moons and all that great stuff. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please share it with a friend and like it and subscribe to my channel, and I hope you have an awesome day. Namaste. Mwah.